Okay, so my name is Debbie Chronister, for those who are new to this, to my channel, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You'll find me at stampwithdeb.com, and this is my host code for this month. So I will change it. It is, I know it's wrong on the web page, but I will change it. And so today I'm going to show you how I made this really cute little card, and there's a trick to it. I'm going to show you how I did this funny embossing right in the middle of the card and not on the sides. And it's not like it's glued together or anything. This is all one sheet. So let's get started. I am using 2 of the stamp sets from the new celebration. And they are, let me grab my little card here, Flowing Flowers, I want to call that Flowering Flowers, Flowing Flowers, and Crane of Fortune. So I'm using this flower, and I'm using this happy birthday greeting. I just love that one. It's so pretty. I love all these notes. We did a card this morning in club, and we used this sending a card instead of a text. I love that. I think that is such a fun stamp, and that's what we do. We send a card instead of a text. So let's get started. So I started with a, oh, there it is. I lost my paper. Okay, I started with a piece of, well, actually my card is 5 1/4 by 4. No, it's not. That's not true at all. It's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And then I cut a piece of gorgeous grape, and this is Highland Heather. I have 23 packages of Highland Heather. You see, I went to place an order, and I put in, I wanted 2, and then I changed my mind and went to 3. And so now I have 23 packages. So I'm using up my Highland Heather. And then this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I will put all these measurements on my blog for you. And so those 2 go together. And then I have a piece of Whisper White, Basic White. I'm off today. Basic White, and it's 5 inches by 3 3/4. I'm using Highland Heather to stamp my images. And it's all done in Highland Heather, so I guess this is what they call a monochrome card. So I'm just going to ink this up and turn it around here, and I'm going to stamp right up here in this corner. I want my stem to be right in the corner. And then next I'm going to stamp my happy birthday so that I can find my location of the next one. And so I'm just going to put my happy birthday going across here. And that's also stamped in Highland Heather. And then the last one I'm going to stamp here. I'm going to ink up the same flower. And I'm going to come down here in this corner and stamp that down there. I'm going to give it a good press so I get a good impression. Very nice. Okay. Let's close this up so I don't stick my hand in it. So next I'm going to show you how I did this embossing right here that goes down. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let's see. My computer is just dragging over there. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this embossing, you see how it's in the middle of the page? Well, I took a piece of basic white cardstock, and I have scored this every inch, and you could do it more or you could do it less depending upon how wide you want your embossing. And I'm just going to fold it back and forth, just like that. Now I am going to come back and I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive just to hold it together so it doesn't flop open on me. And just fold that up. And I fold it Mountain Valley. And then I'll just do the same over here, just a little adhesive, whoops, come on. You know, I don't know why I have such a problem using this thing, because when I use it, it works better. Okay, we don't need any there. Okay, so I have taken that 5 1/2 by 8 piece of basic white and just basically folded it back and forth. Now, let me tell you, every die cutting machine is different. So 8 might be too much. You might have to cut it down to 7 1/2. So you have one less of these, or 6 1/2. It depends upon your machine. I know my machine can handle this. So let me grab my machine. I'm going to move this out of the way so that my machine doesn't slide around. And I am going to bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, so, move that out of the way too. So what I have here is my machine, and I have only my platform, nothing else, the number 1 platform. Okay, I have my embossing folder, and I have my piece of cardstock that I stamped on. I'm going to put my cardstock in my embossing folder, and remember that section at the very top up here has no design, so you want to come down a little bit. Now what I did is I went ahead and I wanted it straight, so I just tapped it on the side and brought my cardstock down so that it's even with this edge. It's not going to make any difference. And then I took my shim that I created, and I'm going to place that over the area that I want embossed. So it's the area that I want to emboss, not the area that you don't want to emboss. I'm going to place that right through there, and I'm going to put my plate on top. You always want a plate on top, so always allow for that. Otherwise, this could get caught in the machine. And then I'm just going to start going through. And I'm just going to go all the way through. I knew it was going to make a noise, sorry. And so my shim is really flat now, but that's okay. You can use it over and over and over. You won't find that you need to do a new one every time once you've done one. And so now I have, somehow I got something on my folder. I have a little bit of a green, like a green ink right in there, like I had something on my folder. I know what it was. I was embossing something green before this, and I bet that's what I did. Okay, that over there. But you see how that came out? We are embossed. And it's just embossed a little bit. So if you have the striped folder, one of our old striped folders, that would be really pretty with this, because you would just get those few stripes in there, and that's it. So I did a card last month, and you'll find it on my Facebook page. On my blog, that's very similar to this. I used different flowers, but it was all embossed with the stylus and with the score pal, or the scoring board, the scoreboard. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. So it's a real simple card to make. Where's my pad, my mat? Really a simple card. You can make them up. Lots of them up in no time. And it's kind of elegant because it has the embossing going down it. Now I have to move that. That's why I don't have it here, because I can't see the edges. I want to get the dark color there. Especially with these real small edges. Okay. And then I'm just going to attach this. Maybe. I'm out. I am completely empty from there. Okay, let's see, what do I have? A bottle of green glue. Always my backup. So the rule is, if you can see it, you have enough on green glue. That is the rule. So I can see it, right? Okay. And the nice thing about the green glue is you can adjust it a little bit. And then I have a piece of silver cord here that I have tied a bow with. And I'm just going to attach that to the front of my card here under the happy birthday. We always have to have a bow or a ribbon of some kind, right? And that makes it look fancy. I'm going to trim those tails so they're not sticking out over the card. Okay. All right, and then I am using the pastel pearls, which are in the annual catalog. They are not a special, and I'm going to put them right up here. I'm just going to put 3 of them. I'm using the darkest one. And just 3 in a row, just like that. And there it is, a really simple card, but kind of fun because it has the embossing going down the middle of it. So if there's any supplies that you need, you will find me at stampwithdeb.com. And if I can be of any help to you, or if you live locally, get in touch with me. I would love to have you come to a class or join a club. I have some openings in my clubs now, both in Lincoln and in the Sacramento area, or in the Citrus Heights area, somewhere in there. And so I would love to have you join a club, and we make cards and we have a wonderful time. And you get to see all the new products that come out. So you'll find me at stampwithdeb.com, and thank you so much for joining me today. Bye-bye.